advantage to going first, but perhaps
I would prefer to go first, if that's okay. I'm quite cross about how things have been handled, and you know, there's been so much negligence on their part, and it's affected things so much in my company. It's affected staff morale, and you know, I really want them to take responsibility for how they've handled the situation. It's, you know, it's no use sending some IT geek coming to us and expecting us to know what they're talking about. They've talked about a 32-bit PC. We have no idea if that's a good one or bad one, and now they're saying what we should have had was an iMac. I don't even know the difference between them. They're the company that should be explaining all those sort of things to us. So I'm just really cross that we've wasted so much time and money, and you know, I want them to accept responsibility for this. I'm just really adamant on that, I'm afraid.
What are you hoping to achieve today?
Well, I do have to tell you, if I may also call you Steph, that I really feel that we are completely in the right. We communicated very clearly what they needed, and she entered a contract on behalf of ERT with all the proper warnings and advice. Which not all of it was taken, and having that storm, it was a natural.
The storm had nothing to do with it. The storm, I've had advice on that before, and and you could have installed a device, £24 or thereabouts, which would have not allowed any of those sorts of things to happen, where computers and our software was taken out by a storm. It shouldn't have happened. That's on you, not on us.
Well, you were asking for software, not hardware, and we could not advise you on the hardware, although we did advise you about the size of the software and the computers.
To be honest, we really didn't know what you were talking about. We just didn't feel that we didn't have an opportunity to ask the questions. Nothing was put in writing.
Yeah, because you were after a software package and we provided that information, not about the hardware. And unfortunately, that power surge has caused a bit of damage because you also chose not to go with getting a 64-bit computer. And, you know, we could sue you, we could definitely get our money because we did everything that you know, we promised to do. We provided the software, we had it installed, everything was done.
It's complete negligence. I'm sorry, but it's complete negligence. There's a breach of contract, total failure of consideration. You guys did not write anything down for us. We didn't, you know.
It was all in the email that we communicated to you with our warnings and advice.
Nothing was signed. Nothing was signed.
And you did enter the contract by signing it and returning it to us. And I mean, we could take this to court, sue you, and basically watch you go down the tube. But we do want to help you to make your business work, even though these are the issues that are at hand, that we feel we really do have the right here, because of all the communication, this entered contracts, etc.
You're blaming a lightning strike, for goodness sake.
No, I'm saying it's a natural disaster. So
that's
the
nothing
thing
to do
is,
with us.
but it's got nothing to do with us either. You bought software, not hardware from us.
That you advised us to
but
buy.
we did advise you, and you didn't do it. So
No,
you know,
you
that's
advised us
not
to buy
us.
the 32-bit PCs. You said that would be okay, that would be enough.
No, we didn't. We said it would be better to buy a 64 because of the software package that you were wanting to get on your computers, which would cope better. But we are wanting to try and help make this work.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I want full repayment, 40,000 at least, and then add on the solicitors' fees and all the other expenses. Let's call it 100,000. That's what we want back. We want out. We want done. We want our money back, please. We need to move on from this.
yeah, but we can also then go to court and say, but we've done everything legal that is correct and binding, that we don't actually owe you anything.
Okay, well, fine.
And-
you know what? I have tens of thousands of followers on Instagram. I can tell them all and let them all know what sort of two-bit company you are. I really am so cross about this.
It sounds like this might be a good time to break into private sessions. That there is a willingness that I'm hearing from Newton to resolve this today, and I'm hearing from you, Steph, that there are some things that you really need. And
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it might be helpful if we break into private sessions and explore those a little bit more. One of the things that we found works really well is if we try not to exchange offers in the first session and maybe just
I'm
take
just saying what our losses are, you know. This is what we want back.
I understand that, and it's very helpful to have that information to see the extent of the detriment that you have suffered. But I think in terms of helping the conversation move forward, we tend to advise that participants don't make offers in the first session, and that we can just spend 10 minutes with each of you exploring some of the issues that are behind what we've shared.
Yeah, we've also made a loss because they haven't paid us what they said what was agreed to be paid. So we're also making a loss, but you know, we don't want to go down a bad route. We want to try and make a solution and put an offer out there to resolve issues on both sides.
Yeah, we just want to move on from this. We want it resolved as quickly as possible. So anything you can do to sort of help that happen would be great.
Now let's do a private session. I think that might be good, so that we can then just voice our opinions on this.
There's no advantage to going first. Does anyone have a preference as to who goes first?
What, in the private session? I think I'll go first, please.
Okay. Are you happy with
I'm
that?
happy to wait.
Great. So Newton, if you could go to the waiting room,
Sure.
that would be comfortable. We will come and get you in 10 minutes. The time now is 12:30.
Okay.
We'll come and get you at 20 to 1.
Good.